Hi, I'm Suzanne. Hi, I'm Suzanne.
You don't have to do it twice.
Hi, I'm Suzanne.
3 times. So you're Suzanne from what we can tell.
Yeah.
So, Suzanne, I remember speaking to you ages back and you're explaining how you decided to start getting tattooed by me. Do you remember any of that?
I don't know, probably. Yeah. Back, I feel like the first thing we did was my arm. Like, I wanted you to do my whole arm. And then at one point I decided that I just liked your work so much, I just wanted you to do everything.
But I think, and yeah, because I remember you said something about you were trying to find a style, but you didn't know if it existed, but you didn't even know what it was. But then you sort of started seeing stuff, and I think my stuff or something, because we'd worked together. And did you know about it then? I remember just being it was a funny little story about it.
I remember. I just wanted something different. Like I always liked the idea of having a lot of tattoos, but I always felt like everyone's like, a lot of tattoos are just the same. And I remember going to like tattoo conventions and just trying to look for artists that did different stuff, and everything was just the same. It's the same. And then I remember when you came to work with us, your portfolio, I remember opening it up and just being like, this is it, this is different. I was like, this is what I need, something that's so different, it's so cool. And I was like, that's what I need in my life. So that's how I got into your style.
So we probably should thank Pete, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should, I guess. Thanks, Pete.
So you're in the piercing industry, so I suppose you can get away with having extensive tattooing and such.
Yes.
But being at a style that isn't common, how have you found that for you? What's been the reaction to your tattooing as it's grown? Because it's grown over a bit of time, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think a lot of people will say that's different. A lot of people say, oh, wow, I like your tattoos. They're really cool. That's really different. I haven't really seen anything like that. And people will just ask me questions like, oh, that's really cool. Who's the artist that does that? So people really like it, but usual response is that's different. Yeah.
Do you think that's different sometimes is code for I don't like it, I wouldn't get it, or do you think it's just they're a bit confused?
I actually don't think I've had any negative responses or responses that I would interpret as someone trying to cover up being negative. I think it's just genuine interest. Or genuine, like, oh, I haven't seen that. Like, that's interesting. So
that's cool then.
Yeah, really lucky to have not dealt with negativity. But I also feel like people probably don't want to be negative to me. I wouldn't want to be negative to me. So,
well, I suppose like it's ridiculous, isn't it? But that we even bring this up because you're tall.
Yeah.
You've got I suppose
like I'm
a
big,
strong
solid,
personality.
I have a big personality. People probably don't want to mess with me. So.
So they weren't messing you
I've
with
got all
this.
these tattoos.
And so we've done your both arms now. We just did more work on one of the arms today. We've done one leg.
Yep.
Most of your front, from waist to throat, so to speak, neck. And we're started on your back. So what are your grand plans moving forward? I know it hurts like hell, so you don't always come back. But and you sometimes have some fun healing. Can you tell us a bit about some of that, maybe? And
well, I just the grand plan is everything covered, head to toe, everything. So I want to work after we've done this. Now I want to work more on my back and my torso and get that finished, and then I'm going to do my other leg last, because healing this leg was an absolute nightmare. Just the amount of swelling and pain that I went through with that was quite a lot. So it can be a lot healing these big areas at a time too. I feel like I'm temporarily disabling myself for a few days, so I actually tend to set up my life for a few days. Like I make sure I've got food, and like I make sure the house is clean, and I have like special bed sheets that I put on. I really set myself up so that I can just die for a few days, because I feel like I have to.
And I think that's something probably important to tell people, is because obviously sometimes tattoos, you get it done, you go away and it's all good. But some of this style of work, and it's just the nature of covering a huge area with heavy work, it's as a whole procedure, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's like a massive. It's like it's not just like getting a little bit on your arm or your leg or whatever. It's like a whole part of your limb you can't move it the same. It hurts. It's like you walk like with your leg. It's like you're walking slow with your front. You're like sitting up and down, so you can't do certain movements. It's yeah, it makes it really hard.
Well, I should say thank you then for the commitment, I suppose. We've been wanting to do a video for a while, but obviously we've been tattooing parts of your body that we didn't want to sit there filming for long periods of time, and the arm, I suppose, made sense, didn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
It's great to get finally a video of you, because I know lots of people, like you're talking about, for example, at Knotfest, you ran into people that had similar style and stuff. Yeah,
lots of people who get tattooed by you just coming up to me and be like, oh, that's Rand's tattoos, or I get tattooed by Rand. So a lot of people are like, oh, wow, cool. So, yeah.
And was that fun? Was it cool for you?
Fun. Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It's cool to just meet other people. Like, I see these people on your Instagram and stuff. So, and I see these styles, but I don't see it in real life. And then when I see it in real life, I'm like, oh, that's sick. Like, we're like the same.
Well, that's super cool, and thank you so much for talking to us and for getting fucked up tattoos. Yeah, thanks for just fucking me up, I guess. Just have a little bit of a video of this. Twist your arm around a bit. You just move around and because I'll edit and I'll put fucking heavy metal music and shit to it. Put heavy metal music? You like that Sleep Token, don't you? Yeah, it's heavy as fuck, mate. Oh, bro! It's the most hardcore shit I've ever heard. Are you fucking hardcore?